My dear fellow academicians of India, I am addressing to you in the capacity of one of the fellow friends of higher and technical education. And this time I am going to talk to you about the second very important reform which is required to be implemented in our higher educational setups. The importance of this reform is that everyone who seeks the education in your respective institution, after that he looks for a job. He looks for an appropriate job according to his qualifications, according to his status of what he has acquired in the learning process. For example, the divisions, first, second, third and all that. It also helps in getting placements in industry or organizations where the right kind of aptitude is utilized. This is applicable for the institutions like universities, the colleges, the art and science colleges, the commerce colleges, and the technical institutions of the country. What is more important is, though we pay quite a bit of attention on the education part, but we have to now pay attention to this reform, which is called having a full-fledged Department of Training and Placement. We only give value to the training part of it, or sometimes I have seen in many institutions that we give importance to only the placement part of it. And the success in placement, we try to say it very loudly that this is the percentage of placement we have, this is how our students are getting placements. But placement is not a very significant aspect. Placement of course is going to be there, but preparedness for the placement is also of very significant value. The reason for that is because the job profiles in the industry, the organizations is changing. And the requirements are also now day by day changing as the technology is creeping in our systems. Our education system is, though is flexible and it allows all kinds of organizations to take their manpower from. But in nutshell, these efforts are not limited. These efforts have to be further enlarged. For example, you look at the scenario where a college is there where the students come up to the degree level and they do not acquire any skills which are required in the market. So it is necessary that while they are taking the institutional education, they must also be given inputs on the skill development. This is possible by either giving them a professional input. There are many agencies available. They can come and give them education about lots of skills. Language skill is one of them. Many aptitudinal skills are also there, which is possible to be given to them. And in Equate India, the organization I'm talking about, we have structured it and we have worked out about 37 different types of skills are necessary. That is important for a student to learn. This includes salesman, negotiation skill, persuasion skills, presentation skills, mannerisms, how to talk, how to speak, how to do public lectures, all those things. For that, professional help is available, and the students either on their own should seek that, or the institutions should find professionals who can help the students to develop this skill. Communication is, in this setup, the kind of environment we have, because of computers' entry into the world of education, the language learning on part of the student has become little lesser. I would not say that it's not a good trend, but learning the computer, but then learning the computer's writing style is also sometimes creating a problem. For example, I want to write THE, the, but the people now write D as the. And they have found out a new abbreviation, new way of writing it down, which is actually hampering, affecting the language and language development. When you type on the computer, you will find many people type with, they want to write U, they don't write Y-O-U, they write only U. And this is the way the language is trying to be, language is getting deteriorated, I would say. But the right kind of skill is necessary, because once it comes to the classical writing, this is not the way of classical writing. So what should be done is the student must know the right way of writing, so that even if he is doing wrong, he would know what is right. Similarly, when it comes to the organizational setups, the requirements are different, and there must be an interaction in the institution with the employer as to what is the expectation of the employer. That is covered under the training part of it. There are many other things in this also. Then comes the placement. Placement is very important, as I said, equally important, but then if training is good, the placement is likely to be good. And if there is a person responsible for it, there is an official responsible for it, or a set of officials are responsible for it. Or I would say, why not we do in this manner that every department of the institution has a section, a person dealing with the placement part of it and the training part of it. TPOs should be present actually in every department, and there must be a central TPO. If it is a big institution, otherwise, one person may be responsible from each department to look after the training and placement part of it. This will help the institutions to have a very good attempt towards training and placement. Another important aspect is, many institutions I have seen, I have the experience of visiting about 700, 800 institutions of the country. Many of the places I find there are TPOs, not organized in the manner I am talking to you, but none of them receive any training on what the TPO is required to do. What are the roles and responsibilities? What is the major responsibility of a TPO? So they must also undergo a training. And if I get, I would say from at least 25 to 30 institutions a request that we would like to train our TPOs, I would be glad to do that. And you can take help from my organization Equate in this regard, and I will be glad to help you. The important aspect also is that this training to the TPO is going to give him clear understanding of what is required to be done as far as his role is concerned. How does he get in touch with the industry? How does he get in touch with the employer? What are the things that he needs to take from the employer for training purposes? What is that he needs to take for the placement purposes? And how can he maintain a very good coordination? All organizations require manpower. They recruit in large numbers, and sometimes the number goes in thousands, and sometimes one institution is not able to supply all of that. So they go to different institutions and try and get the employable student as many as possible. And then what they do is they retrain them when they come to their organization. Infosys is famous for that. And even Accenture is also famous for that. They employ people, they train them, they invest on the investment which is already made by the institutions. So with this reform being implemented, we will be successfully helping the students to seek the appropriate training and seek the right kind of employment. Thank you.